I tell you what, that is not a flattering angle.
It's not. I'm just ugly. Go on then.
Go in.
Do
I'm
it.
finding my intro. I don't
Do
know
it.
what.
Do it.
I don't
Do it.
I have to remember, don't I?
My name is Marlin. Remember that.
That's your bit.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back to the Life on a Stick podcast, a podcast about how we're living life to the full amidst battles with cancer, living in a van, renovating a little Swedish cabin, and doing our best to raise two half-decent kids. My name's Tom.
My name is Marlin.
And for us, living life to the full doesn't necessarily mean adrenaline and extreme sports, but rather learning to appreciate the little things in life and trying to see the positives wherever we can. There's a lot of positives at the minute.
It is.
How are you feeling? Positive?
I want to say yes. Because you just built it up.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
It goes up and down, doesn't it?
Yeah, I find it hard to stay positive at the minute.
Yeah.
Even though we got so much to be happy about and so much to be positive about. And it's the most wonderful time.
It is.
But we're also stuck in Sweden again.
Mm.
And that means that I can't really be outside for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I get very locked in.
Yeah.
And then obviously that means being inside all the time or being outside and being in pain and then coming in and being exhausted because I've been in pain. And then my brain fog gets worse and then it all just spirals and we don't get as much movement as we do when we live in a van, which is maybe strange to a lot of people because you think that you just sat inside in the little van, but no, we move a lot more when we live in a van.
Yeah, it's the opposite, isn't it? It's more movement, if anything.
Yeah, so...
it's like up and down, isn't it?
I think it's hard at the minute, to be honest.
I think it's like extremes on both sides because when you put your mind to like how many positive things there are, it's like there's a lot going on that's really happy, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of
absolutely.
people don't tell you about, like going through a cancer battle. And when you read online, a lot of people are in the same boat as we are, where once it's done, that's when the recovery starts.
Yeah.
In terms of like having the sort of after effects from it sort of kick you in the ass
Yeah, they
every
do.
now and then.
And then it's not like I am the only person who's young who's had cancer.
No.
Of course not. But when they do studies and when you look at it in general, like I think we spoke about this before, like if you are retired and you get a bit of brain fog, like how much difference does it make today? Like, of course, it's hard.
Yeah.
Don't ever want to take it away from anybody because it is exhausting.
It's hard, like wherever it is. It's just that when you're 70, it might mean that you're a bit less focused during mahjong. Do you know what I mean? Not like, oh, I've got two small kids to feed and...
Yeah, and just like when you're in your 30s, I think that you're just so used to, like you should be able to have so many balls in the air.
Yeah.
Like we bought this cabin, started everything with that. The van broke down the same time as we were planning on leaving and then still having doctor's appointments. And that is something that a normal 30-year-old should be able to handle.
I think even for people who have 100% of their mental capacity, let's say, I think it's still a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's still stressful situations when you move house, when you buy a new house, when your car breaks, even more so when it's where you live.
Yeah.
But also when it's your only mode of transport and you've just conveniently moved half an hour away from civilization.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like a stressful situation for anybody.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, like you should, like a normal 30-year-old, like life don't end. And I don't feel like it did for us either, but I do, like it's exhausting for me. Like I feel like I can't get up in the morning.
Yeah.
And then we got kids who's like obviously super excited about Christmas. And now they wake up earlier and earlier every day because they've got this stupid elf.
Yeah, we've got a little elf living in the walls. Whose idea was that?
And it's magical, but it is really hard. And it's like almost not allowed to say that it's hard because as soon as you say it out loud, you always just get thrown at you like everybody's tired. Everybody who got young kids are tired.
It's a tiring time of the year. It gets dark early.
Yeah.
Everybody's low on vitamin D. Everybody's tired at this time of the year.
Everybody would be tired if you just bought a house I'm tired too when I'm done shopping this time of year because there's so many people. It's like, yeah, but because you also get tired from doing it, add that times 10.
Yeah.
That's how tired I get. But you're almost not allowed to say it because then you're like weak or your cancer treatment is done. So you shouldn't feel like this anymore. Now you're just back like everybody else. And it's really hard because I don't want to be like, I got it worse than anybody else and I'm a lot more tired than you. But sometimes it's nice to be recognized and somebody hears you and say like, yeah, we understand that it is hard for you. And I also get tired. So I can only imagine what it is for somebody who got brain fog and fatigue as well.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. But you don't ever hear that because it's almost like these days it is an accomplishment to be exhausted.
Yeah, it's like the goal, isn't it?
Yeah. So nobody could ever admit that anybody else is a bit more tired or maybe struggles with other things than just being parents to young children.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I got it worse than anybody else, but sometimes it's all like it feels like it belittles me a little bit and then makes me feel even worse because then I'm like, okay, maybe I am weak, then maybe I should just push through and maybe I do need to do more. And maybe, like, you know what I mean? It's not a pleasant society to be in, to be honest.
No, exactly. And I think just going back a step, like what you're saying about people not wanting to like one up each other on being tired, I think almost like it goes the other way where you saying that you're tired, people see that as you winning. Yeah. It's like it's like this hustle culture, isn't it? Yeah. It's like you've got to be the most stressed, you've got to be the most burnt out, you've got to be the one that's closest to the edge of breaking down because you've got so much on your plate. Yeah. Because that means success. That means you've got the highest paying job. That means you've got the brand new car sat on the drive. You're hustling. Yeah. And I think that's where our mindset differs from a lot of people of our generation, isn't it? That like we're the sort of opposite to that. We hustle in our own way. But it's definitely not climbing any career ladders or whatever, is it?
No. In the state I am now, I would never be able to have a real job. No. I would never been able to go back and work full time on my old job. No. That's just not how healthy I'm not that healthy.
I'm not there yet, are you? No.
But that doesn't mean that we don't work. And yeah, we take a Tuesday and we all go shopping, or we take a Tuesday and we go to the swimming baths or do something fun as a family. Yeah. But we also have to work those hours in the evening then. Yeah. And that's something that I think a lot of people don't understand, that when you got this kind of work that we do, you can choose your hours, but you still have to do your hours. Your
hours have still got to get done. Yeah. Yeah. We do a lot of our work in the evenings, don't we? That's one of the reasons why this podcast has been a bit more sporadic than we'd planned. When we first started releasing it, we were dead like on the ball, weren't we? Yeah. Every week we'd record, every week we'd edit it, every week it'd come out. It's not been like that for a few weeks, has it? You guys might have noticed. Yeah. It wasn't ever the plan for it to be like this. No. But it's probably going to be a bit like this for the coming few weeks. Yeah. Where our work has to be done in the evenings a lot of the time, doesn't it? But also that's when we have to record the podcast. Yeah. We have to wait until it's nighttime to record the podcast. Yeah. When the kids are in bed.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the moment I've taken on an extra big project that we don't normally have, which is super fun. I'm working on an audio documentary, a Swedish audio documentary, which is really, really good. Yeah. And it's going to be loads and loads of fun doing it, but it's also taking up like a lot of time. Yeah. So there's that. And we've just bought a cabin, which you might notice if you're watching on YouTube or anywhere. We're sat in front of the...
Yeah, we're in front of. We don't use it. It's so nice.
Yeah, we're actually, for those of you just listening, we're actually sat on the floor because we've got no mic stands with us, just these little tabletop mic stands. Yeah. The table that we've got is tiny, and this was the only solution, wasn't it? Yeah. We spent about an hour setting this podcast studio up today.
You should see the studio behind you.
Yeah, we've got a set of step ladders.
That's holding the lights.
That's holding a light on it. We've got two hi-fi speakers that are not plugged in, that's got another light on top of it. Yeah. And then we sat in front of the infamous $7 sofa.
Yeah, exactly. It is so beautiful that we don't use it.
No, you don't want to ruin it with your bums.
No, exactly.
So, there you go. We got a cracking response from the sofa.
Yeah, everybody loves it.
I was there thinking, oh, it's the ugliest thing I've ever set my eyes on.
Yeah, so many people said.
Everybody. Nobody
Yeah.
agreed with us.
No, it was
Nobody-
it was a few. Somebody
it?
said, like, I thought it was really cute, and I showed my husband, and he didn't like it.
Yeah.
But then I said it was $7, and he said, well, everything is good for a price, or something like that. Like it's beautiful for the price, or something like that.
There you go. $7 couch.
Yeah.
Bargain of the century. But I think until we leave or until we get somewhere warmer, I think it's probably going to be like this with the podcast, isn't it? We'll record it when we can.
We'll try to stay on top of it, but it is a lot at the minute, both work-wise, but also like just in life.
Yeah.
As it is when your home on wheels breaks, because then we had to unload everything from the van. Everything we own, we unloaded from the van.
Yeah.
Because the plan was never to move in here. At this stage, we were only going to have the keys for 2 weeks and then we were going to leave.
Yeah.
But so is not the case. The van broke and we had to, well, first we had to stay in my mum and dad's garden for a bit. I think maybe we said that in the last podcast.
I can't remember when it was that we recorded the last one.
We had bought the house,
Yeah.
but I don't know if the van had broken yet.
No. Yeah, we slept in the van on your parents' driveway for a few days because we were stuck.
And then we borrowed the car to manage to get out to the house. And then we also borrowed mattresses because we sleep on mattresses on the floor. Posh people.
Classy, aren't we?
Yeah. And then we were like, oh, we'll just make do for another week or so until the van is fixed. And then it was like, you need to drive the van around for a couple of weeks to see so it's actually fixed. That's what was the garage words.
Yeah.
So then we're like, okay, we need to deal with this a bit more then. And we started decorating, and all of a sudden your life is very, very full. And it just feels a bit hectic at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. It's always hectic in December though, isn't it? Like always the run up to Christmas, especially when you've got little kids, especially when you've got a little elf living in your walls.
Yeah, I love the elf in one way because like we were swearing the night before we took him out, like the first night, and we were like, oh shit, do we have to start this again?
Yeah.
But then when they wake up, and it's the most magical thing.
Yeah.
And now especially because both of them understand.
Yeah.
Like last year Bella didn't really understand.
No.
She was like talking about the elf, but she didn't get like the little stuff they didn't give him or whatever. Now she understands.
Yeah.
We got 2 little ones who fully believe that there's a little person living in our walls.
Yeah.
And leaves them things and makes little funny pranks.
Does pranks and leaves them sweets and all sorts of stuff in the mornings. And it's funny, for those of you who don't know, I know that there's a big thing in the UK at least called Elf on a Shelf.
Yeah.
And there you can see it's like a toy elf.
Yeah.
And then when the kids wake up, the elf's done something and he's in a new place and he's pulled a prank or whatever. Here, the elf on the shelf thing is not really the same thing, is it? It's like an elf that you can't see that only comes out at night.
Yeah, it's a little door that is on the wall with a little post box. And you don't see him. He sleeps in the daytime and comes out at night and leaves you things or gives you a little task to do or makes a little prank.
It's the best part of the day, isn't it? As soon as they wake up, they run over to the door and see what he's left them.
Yeah.
See the letter that he's left and stuff.
Yeah. They're so excited about it, bless them.
Yeah. It's really fun. It's fun to see. And it is, the thing is, like, if you had more time on your hands, if we were a normal couple who spends their evening sat on the sofa watching TV.
Oh, you could do so much.
Yeah, then it's like a really fun thing to get into. Like every evening you come up with a new prank or you come up with a new fun thing.
Yeah.
Like for us, it ends up being like 10 o'clock at night and it's like, oh no, we've not done anything. Like the elf's not done anything. What should we do?
The thing is though, that I feel like, well, for me, it's like the first year where I can actually join in.
Yeah.
Like the first year we got him, it was you and my mum who did it.
When was this?
Chemo.
Okay, it was only, we didn't start it before that.
No.
Yeah, that was the first year, was
the first year, because Charlie was 3 then.
Yeah.
So they would have been too young before that. Charlie was 3 and Bella was 1, and we had to like put him, he was on the floor to start with, but Bella was like wrecking it every night, so we had to...
He moved.
He moved the house and he moved up on the shelf.
Yeah.
And it was you and my mum who did it that first year. I was not contributing at all.
No.
And then last year we lived in the van but at mum and dad's, and I wasn't feeling 100% then either, and it was like hard because we were half living in the van and half living with mum and dad, so it never ended up being like a full-on thing.
No.
Like now I feel like we go all in, and it feels really fun and exciting, and it feels nice to be a part of it and to do it so both kids actually understand what's going on.
No, I think it is loads of fun. Just seeing their faces in the morning, it's like it is worth it. It is worth, putting a bit of effort in the evenings and making them do something funny.
Yeah, especially because you can hear it, like as soon as they see somebody that they know, they're like, do you know what my elf did last night?
I've got an elf living at my house.
Yeah. I told my brother the other day when we were there helping them move.
Yeah.
Bella went up to David and she was like, do you know that in our wall there's an elf living and he only moves at night?
Yeah. They full on believe it.
Yeah.
They're full on invested in it.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's really good.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Start it as a tradition. If you've got little kids or if you've got grandkids or whatever, get yourself a little door, a little elf door, and have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, and like it doesn't have to be that big. I think that's the thing, that people make it like if you put the bar too high to start with, then maybe you feel like it's overwhelming to do every night.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be the biggest thing every night. Like this morning, he just gave, like the elf gave the kids drawing paper.
And some days he just leaves them an extra thing of sweets or a little bit of chocolate or something.
Yeah.
And then some days we go all in and
there was floor is lava.
The floor is lava and we've taped squares all over the floor that you're not allowed to touch the rest of the floor because it's lava, all the way through into the bathroom, and kidnapped their cuddly toys and taped them up. And what else have we done? The elf made a snowman out of toilet paper.
Oh, yeah. Stole the sweets from the advent calendar.
Oh, yeah.
And
made a treasure hunt out of it. Yeah. Good times. It's fun.
It is fun.
Keeps you on your toes, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, shall we do this inspirational bit, the bit that everybody's been waiting for, this brand new segment called, I'm not even going to go there this time, it's called Give Us a Lift. I'm gonna do it for you because I'm not having this after 3 weeks or whatever it's been since we recorded.
I'm never going to remember. It's been 3 weeks, mate. Come on.
Zip tie me a lawnmower or whatever it was you said last time. In this part of the podcast, both Molin and myself bring something to the table that we've found particularly inspirational or uplifting this week, whether it's something we've seen in the news or on Instagram or something we've seen with our very eyes. Just something that we found uplifting or inspirational in some way. What? Are you looking at me like... Are you looking at me like I've done something wrong?
No.
Or is it?
No. I was just building up because you're going to be...
Blown away,
smacked to the floor. That's what you're going to be.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's exciting. Are you going first then?
Yeah.
Go on then.
I think it's going to impress you actually, because this is probably the first time I'm bringing some actual news to the table.
Whoa, it's news. Give us a foghorn. Give us one of them DJ air horns. Go on, what is it?
And I bet it's something that you not heard.
Yeah. Go on.
Actually.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay.
You've piqued my interest.
Because this study came out today.
Wow, fresh news.
Fresh news. Let me just get it. So the thing is that I haven't translated it to English. So I'm going to have to translate it while I'm telling you.
Translating it off the bat, are you?
Yeah, exactly. So if anybody wondering why I don't speak very well soon, it's because I'm translating at the same time as I'm talking.
I speak not good.
Yeah, that might be exactly what I sound like.
Hit me.
Okay, so Karolinska Institutet, KI, where are they?
In Stockholm.
In Stockholm.
It's a medical research centre, isn't it?
Yeah.
They do a lot of studies and a lot of trials and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today they went out with that they found a new molecule. How do you say it in English?
Molecule.
Yeah. That is going to treat colorectal cancer.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Whoa, no way.
Obviously, it's not done yet, and they need to do like studies on the study.
Yeah.
But they think that they found something that is going to be able to not cure cancer,
Yeah.
not cure cancer,
Yeah.
treat cancer, colorectal cancer, or are they called IBD in English?
Irritable bowel. IBS, I think you say.
No, it's
No.
not IBS.
Okay.
It is like Crohn's.
Okay, yeah.
And
it's slightly more serious than IBS.
yeah, exactly. What we thought that mine was to start with.
Yeah.
Because then when you treat that, like you break the immune system basically in your intestines down. And the same when you get chemo and radiation, like that hurts your intestines at the same time as it's like obviously curing the main illness.
Yeah.
But then you can get other chronic illnesses from it. You can have like after you've had chemo or radiotherapy, you can have really, really bad problems with your intestines.
Yeah.
But with this new treatment,
Yeah.
they think that you're not going to have it. Like that they can
Amazing.
do it in a different way so you don't hurt what's going to be left
Yeah.
in your body.
Wicked.
As bad. So it says like this molecule is potentially like not to just treat the IBD patients, but cancer patients to prevent chronic intestinal illnesses after chemo and radiation. Says Eduardo J. Villablanca.
Okay. He doesn't sound very Swedish.
He don't look very Swedish, to be honest, but he
Good on him,
works
though.
for Karolinska. So
Amazing. That is a top bit of uplifting news, that is.
yeah,
Good job.
smacked you to the floor, didn't I?
Smacked me all over the place, mate.
You don't know that I read these things, do you?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, actually, because I know that you're a part of communities, aren't you?
Yeah.
Cancer
Yeah.
communities and stuff. So, good job. Cracking effort, that one.
Thank you.
I've also got a bit of news. It's on a, let's say it's on the different end of the scale. It's not
Okay.
quite as serious.
It's how you get cancer.
Yeah, it's uplifting. No, it's this is just a nice, happy thing that I see pop up every single year around this time of year,
Okay.
and it always makes me smile. It's a fun story. You've probably heard it. It's been a big meme for years. The grandma in Arizona, in America, who is spending the 9th Thanksgiving in a row with a stranger. Have you heard this?
No, I don't
No,
know.
okay. Oh, I'm about to introduce you to a fun little meme that happens every year then.
Okay.
Basically, 9 years ago now, a woman, a grandma, was meant to be texting her grandson. And instead, as grandmas often do, got technology a bit wrong and texted a complete stranger. And it was an invitation to Thanksgiving dinner, basically saying, Thanksgiving at my place, whatever, this time, come along. She got a text back, obviously, like, who's this? And she responded with a picture of herself. She was like, it's grandma. And it's like a little,
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that actually. Yeah.
like a middle-aged white lady. And the person that she texted was a young black dude,
Yeah.
young black guy. And he responded like, well, can I still get some dinner?
Yeah.
Can I still come over for Thanksgiving? And she's like, yeah, everybody's welcome. So he actually showed up,
That's incredible.
which is cool.
Like
to
I've
start
seen that
with.
meme, but I didn't realize that he actually went.
Yeah, he
You know what
went.
I mean?
He went. He
Yeah.
showed up. There's pictures of them like, thanks for Thanksgiving. Obviously,
Yeah.
just do it for the internet
Yeah,
cred.
yeah.
That was 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is the 9th year that they're celebrating it. Every single year. They've got
Wow.
together, complete strangers, eating dinner together.
Ah,
And for the first time this year, the young lad is hosting at his house. And I
that's
thought that was
nice.
really, really
Yeah.
nice.
Wow.
I got the impression that from an article years ago that he was a bit sort of down on his luck, and this was a bit of a very happy event that he got
Yeah.
to meet anew. And the article that I read this week was dead uplifting, and it was like, yeah, he's got his house. He's invited Wanda, which is her name. The young lad's called Jamal. Invited Wanda to his house and he's doing Thanksgiving dinner this year. I think it's dead
Aw,
nice.
that's nice, yeah.
Uplifting, that is.
Yeah, definitely.
I see it every single year, and it always makes me smile.
Yeah.
So that was obviously a week or two ago, Thanksgiving, but
Yeah.
there you go.
It's still.
Nice. My bum's aching now.
Oh, you're old.
Sat on a hardwood floor. This couch was calling me. We'll have to sort the studio situation out a little bit better next time.
No, I'm not struggling.
Are you not?
I'm actually not.
Oh, are you comfy? Oh, good. Good.
Have you seen the size of this bum?
You got more cushion, more padding.
Yeah.
We've also not really listened back to any test clips of the recordings, so it might sound like garbage.
Yeah,
in here.
we don't really got any furniture, so it might be a bit of an
It's a bit
echo.
echoey and stuff, yeah, maybe. But we'll see.
I think you'll survive.
At this point, you will know that better than we do. You'll probably noticed.
Yeah, I like it better when we record in the van, actually.
Yeah, it's a lot
'Cause
comfier, isn't it?
It's a lot comfier, and they can't see that I'm wearing comfies.
Yeah, you're wearing your joggers, aren't you?
Yeah,
Comfy
like
trousers.
can't see that in the van. I'm hiding under the table there.
Yeah, exactly. You're exposed.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, we'll have a kitchen table soon enough that we can set up the podcast gear.
Yeah.
Eventually, we might even have a little podcast studio out in the office.
In the shed.
What is now a workshop / shed that we're going to be turning into an office area / workshop of our own.
Yeah, at
which
some
might
point.
have a couple of microphones in there as well. But it's cool. There's a lot to be cracking on with around the house, isn't there?
Yeah, it is.
It feels nice to be... I think we've done it the right way with us getting stuck here again, that we sort of cracked on with the project. We've been doing the kids' room, haven't we?
Yeah,
It's been really good. It's been a lot of work, but it's been fun.
it's been fun. But we also don't make it easy for ourselves, to be honest.
You can say that again.
Like, first of all, we let the kids join in. Takes like double the time.
Yeah.
Because, they're kids.
Yeah. It's like what happens when you let a 3-year-old loose with a big bucket of wallpaper glue and her own brush, and then you expect it to go well.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
Spent about 3 to 5 business days showering glue out of her hair.
Yeah, exactly. Just how it is. Like, if they want to join in, then they have to join in, and then we just have to count that time in.
Yeah.
But then we also decided to do mountains again. Like, I mean, that probably took us an extra week and a half because of like taping and drying hours and taping and drying hours.
You want to do 2 layers of
each mountain,
and then you have to retape it every time. You have to wait for it to dry. It takes ages. But it looks really cool. We finished it now.
It looks really cool. Yeah, it does.
The
But
kids
I mean,
are
like,
happy with it and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm happy that we're doing it.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're not making it easy for ourselves.
No, we could have just banged up some paint. We didn't even have to put wallpaper up, really.
No.
We've wallpapered so that we could paint on top of the wallpaper. We didn't have to do that. Could have just banged some paint up and called it a day.
Yeah.
But
That's
no,
not how
we don't
roll.
do half measures, do we, around here? We take it to the extreme. But it's pretty much finished now. We've got the finishing touches to do, haven't we?
Yeah, we just need
And
some lights and electricity.
yeah, and it looks
Just little things.
just little things like rewiring the electrics. Get that done after we've finished recording this.
Yeah.
10-minute job.
Just put your headlamp on and
Yeah, and crack on. But it's looking really cool.
Yeah,
and
it
as
is.
always, when we finish stuff like this, it's like, I'm glad we did it this way.
yeah, exactly.
The kids got so much out of it. Like, if you watch last week's YouTube video, then you'll have seen the kids helping out and stuff.
Yeah, they're so happy. with us.
They absolutely loved it. It did take probably 3 times as long as it would have done otherwise, especially the wallpaper. But they absolutely loved it. They were just buzzing all day.
Yeah.
I think from the minute we woke up that day to the minute they went in the shower at like 5 o'clock,
Yeah.
we were just working all day. They didn't take a break apart from for lunch.
Yeah.
They normally, like, they'll help for a bit, they'll come and play with the toys, they'll sit down, they'll do whatever. That was just like crack on.
Yeah.
They were
loved
almost
it.
disappointed when we were like, all right, we got to do dinner now.
Yeah. Yeah, they loved it, bless them.
Yeah,
It's
it's good.
fun. We've got some big visions for the house, don't we?
We have.
But right now, I feel like I just want to leave this. I want to go traveling now.
Yeah.
I was really happy and excited when we started with the kids' room. Now I just want to get that finished and leave.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I am ready to get away from here now.
Yeah.
It's just grey, cold, wet, miserable, and I'm ready to not be here.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Like, on the positive with that, this time last year when we were stuck, it was minus 15.
Yeah, we had loads of snow
We
this
had
time.
a metre of snow.
Yeah.
And it was minus 15 all the time throughout the whole of December, pretty much, or the whole second half of December. At least.
We were hoping that we wouldn't end up being stuck again. That's the thing.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. No, I feel you. I'm also ready to get gone. Like, the idea of just getting down to Spain and just being like, warmth,
Yeah.
or not like 0. And
I was going to say,
it's not really...
if we're not going to the Canaries this year, it's not going to be heat, but it's going to be warmth.
Yeah.
I think that's
It's going to be warm for us at least, yeah.
It's going to be much nicer than here. And not rain and grey and wet and dark by 3 o'clock.
Yeah, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it is pitch black here.
Yeah.
Like dark.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be nice to get away, get somewhere warm and go on a bit of an adventure again.
Yeah.
We have talked, well, it's a bit of a podcast exclusive this because we've not really said it on the videos or anything. We've talked about going to Morocco, haven't we?
I know, but I keep going back and forth with that, especially now when the van is breaking every week.
Yeah, we've had the van's broken down twice.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, yeah.
That also feels like insurances don't work in Morocco in the same way. Then you need to buy add-ons, and the same if we get poorly or whatever. Like I am... I don't know. I'm not. Yeah. I'm going back and forth. I do feel like it sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And you know me, I love heat, which is hot there.
Yeah, it's a lot warmer there than it is in Spain. Yeah.
But I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Keep going back and forth.
I mean, the thing is, we'll do what we did last time, where we don't decide anything until we're actually there. We didn't decide that we were going to go to Tenerife until we were there.
Yeah, I had decided.
You had decided. Okay. We hadn't decided because I didn't bloody know about it. But all right, mastermind over here. She'd had it planned all along. But we'll do something similar where we'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll get down there, and you'll have already made the decision. So I suppose I'll
just tag along.
Yeah, I'll discover what the plan is when we get closer to it.
Yeah, but this is a secret between women in general, I think.
Right, yeah.
Because it's like no man wants to be like, oh, she decides everything.
Yeah.
So then you go like, okay, if we don't want a plan, I'll make a small plan in my head. And then we're like, oh, what do you feel like doing?
Steer all the decisions that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And then you're like, oh, great idea. Yeah, you are right. We should go to Tenerife.
Okay, yeah. So what you're saying is just manipulating our lives to get what you want?
No, it's to make you happy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, everything you do is for me, innit?
Yeah, it is.
I believe you. It feels like every time we record a podcast at the moment, it's like we're getting back into recording a podcast. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Every time we record, it feels like a month since we've done it.
Yeah, and this time we didn't even have a plan.
No.
I was like,
normally we've got a subject to talk about.
I was so ready to just try and get this setup done.
Yeah.
And like, all right, we need to figure this out. How are we going to do it? How is it going to sound? And then when it was like done, I was like, oh, subject.
Oh yeah, what are we actually going to talk about?
Let's just ramble.
Ramble about nothing. Sorry, guys.
That's what we're good at.
Yeah, it's. I feel like it's been a lot of ramble, but it is sometimes when it's when we're not really in the rhythm of it. But
Yeah.
I do feel like it's good to sit down and talk. I really enjoy recording a podcast.
Just say this. You really like talking to me.
I just really like talking. Nah, I do. I like talking to you. It's about the only time we actually have a conversation nowadays.
I know at the moment it's like kids, put them to bed, work.
Yeah, work,
and
sleep.
then sleep.
Hard.
Yeah. And then you just repeat.
Repeat. Yeah, exactly. It's not really much time for conversations.
No.
Not really much time for a relationship in general, to be honest, is it?
No. You just wave to each other from a different side of the room.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. It's life with small kids, I think.
Yeah,
It's
and your
like-
own company.
And your own company, yeah. I bet there's a lot of people that recognise it.
Yeah.
It's,
God, yeah. I think
it's
everybody
not-
with young kids got the same kind of daytime.
Blurry, just like get
Yeah.
through the day and see what happens at the end of it.
Yeah. If you're lucky, you don't fall asleep with the kids.
Yeah. And if you don't fall asleep with the kids, you fall asleep on the sofa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's life.
It's good life. Enjoy it while we're here, eh?
Yeah. They grow up too fast anyway. So.
Yeah, they do. Definitely do. Right, shall we wrap this one up? Shall we do a nice, quick, concise, to the point one this time?
Okay. Bye. No,
No.
that's not what we meant.
I meant the episode in general.
Oh,
I mean, it's
okay.
not been concise and to the point, but maybe quicker than usual.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends on how much you edit out.
Yeah, we'll see. It might be a 6 minute episode. This
Yeah.
by the time I've edited it.
Hello, we're back. Bye.
if you've made it to the end, gold star for you, as always.
Definitely.
Massive thanks for the support, and thanks for coming back, even though we're not very consistent at the moment. It is widely appreciated.
It is, definitely. And like we said earlier, it's going to be like this for a few more weeks, but stay tuned because we are coming back properly every week.
In the new year, like a couple of weeks into the new year, we'll be back on it every week,
Yeah.
because that's when we'll have a bit more routine in our lives, and therefore in your lives as well. All right, thanks very much for listening. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button wherever you're listening, and we'll see you next week.
Or not.
Oh yeah, or not next week. We'll see you when we see you. Bye.
Bye.